Hello, investors and traders. Welcome to another episode of market analysis on the Trend Trader channel. As usual, now we'll be starting all these episodes with asking you to please consider subscribing to the channel and hit the bell notification so that you don't miss any videos that we'll be uploading in future. But just in case you are wondering what will happen if you don't subscribe, you will miss some nice analysis, such as the analysis that we did on Thungela and Sasol. For those that don't know, yesterday Thungela was up by over 15% at some point, and today it continued on that, but we'll look at the chart in the moment. So please do yourself a favor, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and you hit that bell notification so that you don't miss any of the analysis that we'll be making in future. As you can see, we've got a handful lot of videos that we have in our channel that you can watch them at your leisure and make sure that you learn on how you can become a consistently profitable trader. Right, so let's go to the order of the day. So before we look at the new companies that I want to share with you, let's first look at Thungela, at how Thungela has played following that analysis. So at that time, we said that we're looking at Thungela, that Thungela went up after that IPO, reaching almost 100 Rand per share there, and then it started to retrace. So the first support level that we're looking at was somewhere around 70 Rand per share. Unfortunately, Thungela broke that level as it went down to the 60 Rand or so region. So once it found support there, it attempted to rally, but that move quickly failed. Then it came back crashing to that 60 Rand level, finding support once again. So following this failure here, or finding the support level here, so at this stage, that is when we should have taken our swing trade, but we wanted to see that it's going to find a support around this level here. So basically what we're expecting is that if Thungela rally upwards, once it reached that resistance level or the previous support level, it can consolidate a bit. So we wanted to wait for that consolidation, and then once the stock break above that consolidation level, then we wanted to buy. So if you see a setup like this, you can buy at that breakout, and then depending on the size of that consolidation, if it's a small consolidation as we see here, then you can just have your stop loss below that consolidation level. And then since nobody knows how high the stock can go, then you can write the trade for as long as it's moving up, or if it has a previous high as we see with Thungela, you can target that previous high. So that was the thinking when we bought Thungela shares and when we made that video. So we hope that everyone that watched that Thungela analysis, they took advantage of the trade. As you can see from the chart itself, there's currently we are sitting at about between 16% to 20% from our entry point. But as you know, in this channel, we always discuss our performance based on R, which is the ratio of the risk to reward. So that's what matters to us more than the percentage. So if we look at the current share price, so our target R is about 4.2, and so far we are sitting at a 16 Rand profit, but I just want to check it based on percentage terms. So yeah, we are currently up 23% on this trade on Thungela shares. So this is why we keep on asking you that you should subscribe to the channel, watch the videos so that you don't miss some of the trades that we take. We're not saying that all the trades are going to work. We've got plenty of trades that fail. That is why you always have a stop loss, just in case the trade fails there. So we always take a stop loss with us. All right. So now the other company that I want us to look at is Tsogo Sun Gaming. So it depends whether you want Tsogo Sun or you want Sun International, but for now let's look at the chart of Tsogo Sun and see why I'm saying we are bullish on this one. As you can see also, the uptrend is nice there, it's intact, but the stock struggled to break above this 13 Rand per share price. But also if you look here at the back, there was a bit of a resistance back at that level. So let me just clear this so that I can zoom out a bit. So as you see here, even though we're expecting that it will reach 18 rand per share at some point, we're not necessarily anticipating that it will just stop somewhere around 13 rand per share like it did. But now when you look at this thing, see here, we have a support level. So it tried to trade higher, and then now it's back here retesting this previous breakout level. So if you missed the breakout here, now it's another opportunity for you to buy at this current movement, as it's evident that the stock has found support at this level. And also if you look at the amount of volume as it bounced off that level, it was an above average amount of volume, showing that there are more buyers that are pushing the share price high. So now this is how we are planning to play this trade. So buy at whatever levels, as long as it's still closer here, even at the current share price of 10 rand 50 cent per share, we can buy at this level and set our stop level just below this consolidation level. So for a short-term target, we're still looking for that 13 rand per share, but also as you saw when I was zooming out, we still have 18 rand there where we're expecting a resistance level. So that is how we want to play this trade. Basically what we want to do is to get an entry at the current level as it is, have a stop loss around this level, and have a first take profit here at this level, and the second take profit at around 18 rand per share. So if you look at the risk to reward of the full target, not just the short-term target that we're looking at, we are looking at about 1:4 risk to reward, and those are the kinds of trades that we want to take them. So yeah, we are taking a swing position on Tsogo Sun, right? So let us look at Stadio. I think we've covered this stock for quite some time this year, because it's been moving up, going down, moving up, going down. But as always, the rationale, we always, whenever we want to buy something, want to make sure that it's on an uptrend, as we see with Stadio here. So we had anticipated resistance around this level based on the previous trading levels. As you can see here, around July, the stock reached this rand 25 region there. It found a bit of a resistance. It came back lower, but it didn't come to retest this previous breakout level. And then it quickly rallied to attempt to break this level again. Unfortunately, it failed. So as you can see, it's then started to consolidate near the resistance level. So another trick or something that you have to pay attention to when you want to trade, let's say a resistance level there. The share price can go up, but then it finds a resistance, well, because it's a resistance level. But if it does not come back to that support level, you find that it only consolidates near that resistance level. Like it goes up, then start to consolidate around this resistance level. We call that the range before the breakout, or the breakout before the breakout. So what you're expecting here is that it's going to break above this level, because it's showing that there are no more sellers that are pushing the share price to go down. So it's the same thing that we saw here with Stadio. As you can see, it went up. The initial trading range was a bit larger, then the range started to become smaller and smaller. As you can see, as we previously mentioned, we call this a volatility contraction pattern. It's a nice bullish pattern that we always try to identify in some stocks. It's not always there, but it's nice to see it when it's there, because at least it gives us an indication of what to expect from the market. And as we saw here, once you see that volatility contraction pattern, or those trading ranges becoming tight and tight, what you can expect is an explosive breakout that we saw in here. And this breakout happens so quick because it's like the sellers have dried down a bit. If you look at this spike in volume, it showed that there was this move was sustained. There were a lot of buyers there. So that share price exploded from R3.25 per share all the way to test R4 per share before it came down crashing here, coming back to retest the breakout level. Like we normally say, when you look at the resistance level. We expect that the share price can break above, come back and retest and then resume. But also the other possibility is that it can just break out and continue to trade higher and never giving us a chance to buy that particular share. But in this case, when you look at this, it did this previous resistance level. It came back to find support level there. So on this one, we don't have a short-term target. We're just buying at the current level, and we're setting our stop loss somewhere around R2 per share. So we're just going to hold Stadio for as long as it's growing and it's not closing below R2 per share. And then as the stock move up, creating other chart patterns. For example, if a share price move up, at some point it will consolidate a bit. Then if it consolidates and then it break above that level, then we will shift our stop loss from where it currently is to the next price action, where we saw either a consolidation or maybe there's a bullish flag and then it break above that bullish flag, then we shift our stop loss just below that bullish flag. That is how we manage positions when we use trend following. Nobody knows how long the trend is going to take, but as long as the trend is there, we just want to make sure that we participate in that and we maximize our returns, and at the same time we are minimizing our drawdown. And since we looked at Thungela, what we said with Thungela previously, so now we might as well just go and look at Sasol. We also have a position there at Sasol, and we're happy with that performance there. So far, as you can see, we have a position there. We are up about 41 Rand per share from our entry level. But as you can see, for a very long time, we've been targeting this resistance level there around 325. Well, we are not saying that Sasol is going to reach 325, but it would be nice if you can see Sasol coming back to trade at least near this 350, not 325, 350 region. So basically, here you see that we had this resistance level which coincide with these previous support levels there, and then this support level broke somewhere there early 2020. So the share price, it's been trading, it came back here, finding that resistance. Then it came back a bit, but not breaking to lower levels. Eventually, it broke above this resistance level. It went up, came back to retest it, and that is when we placed our buy order. Again, whenever we see a breakout in resistance level and then a retest, we expect that the share price is going to go up. We buy at that level, we set our stop loss just below that level. As you can see, we're still targeting this 350 Rand region. We don't know how long it's going to happen, but at this moment we are happy with our trade. As you can see that it is currently on profit. I just want to see in terms of percentage terms from entry, how we are sitting. So this position is up by 16%, but again, that doesn't matter. You see that red part, if we reach that 350 Rand target, it will give us a risk to reward of about 1:6. So I think right now we are sitting at about maybe 2R plus 2R or plus 3R at the current level. But something to note as well, we're probably going to be adding at this position because as you can see, this was the previous resistance level then. So if the share price break above this level, then it will give us another entry point. Otherwise, what we expect today is that since it's already at that resistance level, so maybe it will consolidate, move sideways a bit, then we will see another tiny support and resistance level. Then once it break above that level, that is when we are going to make our entry and set our stop loss just below that level. So basically, there isn't much that the market does. We're just looking for repetitive patterns, and every time you see those repetitive patterns, then we exploit them. So that's it. That is what I wanted to share with you today in the stock market. So don't forget, just go back to the channel as we are watching there. Make sure that you click that subscribe button and then you click the bell notifications. And if you have any comments or suggestions or questions or stocks that you like us to cover, just make sure that you leave that in the comment section. So yeah, thank you. We'll see you in the next analysis.